Mon beau sapin roi des forêts, que j'aime ta parure. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. Okay, so if you want to know how to make a book tree, get yourself a paperback novel that that you're not going to read again or whatever, that you're able to alter and rip off the cover. In this picture, it's not taken off, but yeah, when I made my first one, I didn't really realize that I should do that. And you can probably see the first 3 or 4 folded pages have a lot of white and no text, or very little text, and so that's why you'll see later on that I ripped them out now. But yeah, this was the first one that I had made, and so I was still teaching myself how to do it, just experimenting and having fun. And so yes, take off the cover, both covers, and take off the first few, rip out the first few pages that have very little text, and then I'll show you how it's done. Okay, it's really easy. Tuck it under right there, fold it to there, fold it up to meet there, and then fold it, tuck it under, fold it up to meet there again. Okay, and you do that throughout the book. Now, when there are pages like this, I rip them out because they won't, well, this one I might actually leave in. Yeah, this one I would leave in because it would hide, but this one I would take out because it would show this big spot with no words. So yeah, that's what I do. But I only take them out as I go along. So I'll just show you that again till I get to that page. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I just take that out. And like I said, this one, normally I would take it out, but because the other side is a full page, then I just keep going. Now, if you want a full tree, you just do this up to the last. You do it for the whole book, and it's really neat how it wraps around itself like this. See? It just does that naturally, and then it stays up together. Now this one is a different project. That's a different project, but it's basically the same thing. You just stop sooner. And this is not complete yet, but anyway. Another thing you can do, instead of tearing a page like that out, is that you can fold it the same way, but like that instead. And I forgot to say that the first page I do this way too. And the last page. No, the last page doesn't go this way because it's going the right way after all. Okay, so I just want to show you one of the ways that I tuck under to make it easier. I kind of grab it there at the top, and it makes it easier to get under there. Ow. This book has a lot of those. Yeah, it's easier when you have it down like that to actually do the fold. But when you get there, if you there, see, if you just kind of push with your thumb and just grab it, it's easier. Of course, like I was saying earlier, once it gets like really full, then it's harder. But if you want, you can fold just a few more than this and leave it like this, and then either write a Christmas message or write about Christmas trees, or do a cutout here, like maybe a window or something, or yeah. I'll just let you watch me do a few. I think that one's full enough. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because I mean, trees are not perfect. Down. Okay, so you can see what I mean here. It's wrapping itself around, and it's getting tight, so it's getting a little bit tougher to fold them in, but like I said before, it's worth it and it's cool. But I really like it, the way it looks just like that, even. Like, I think it's really cool. It's just really neat. And so like I keep thinking of how I could decorate this so that it, you know, it's anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to show you. So because it's wrapped around there, it's harder to put it on there, but for now it's still not too bad, but it is getting tighter and tighter and harder to tuck it in under there. But you can still do it, and so yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I only have a little bit left, and it's because I can't really lay it flat because it's, you know, it's a round shape. It's doing what I was trying to describe earlier. So if you start it, okay, if you start it in the air like that, and then you can still sort of put it down, but not easily. And I'm also discovering that it's easier when you're sitting down and you have it closer to yourself than if you have it, if you're standing up to do a video like this. So the last bit is fiddly and hard, but well, I mean it's doable. It's not really hard. It's just a little bit harder than the rest of it. Sometimes you have to kind of fold it and then refold it when you're tucking it, but that's okay. I mean, you don't even need like a bone folder or anything, because it makes it a little thicker and better. So, Ma'am and I made Santa Clauses this way, but when we did it, we used Reader's Digests, and we would fold it similarly. I don't think it's exactly like this, but it was a similar fold, but you needed two magazines because it would only, like, one magazine would only do like the front half, so you'd need the two to glue together to have it round like this. But I find that with these paperbacks, these little romance novels, that they create the whole thing by themselves, just one book. So that's really cool. And voila! So, like, the back side is a bit less appealing to me, but it's worth it to do the whole thing anyway, because it makes it fuller and tighter. It makes it sturdier. And so you choose the side you want to display the most, that you like the best. In this case, I think it's this one. And then you can just display it like that. Now, you can use it just like this, or you can put a star on top. You can paint it and decorate it by adding beads and things for decoration. But I really like it just like this. So, but I have another one that I made, and so I folded this one too in order to be able to decorate this one. So I'll show you some of that when I get to that. Okay, so I decided to use a not so good brush, just in case. It probably wouldn't harm the brush, but just in case. And then I wrapped a few silver pipe cleaners around to look like a garland, and then I chose a few different beads that I liked and that I had, and I just glued those on as well with the glue gun, and this is what it could look like there. Okay, to make the stars, you want to use the sheets you tore out of the book to cut or punch a bunch of star shapes, all the same. Make sure you have at least 2 of them that have one side that is covered in book text. Choose one of them and put the text on the bottom. I'm using PPA, Perfect Paper Adhesive, but you could use white glue or any wet glue that you have on hand. And put a layer of that, and then put another star on top. Try to make it match the edges as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. In my opinion, it kind of adds to it if it's not perfect, but try to make it match as best as you can. Make several layers like that. And once in a while pull it up off the wax paper so that it doesn't stick to the wax paper as much, to make it easier later on. So yes, just keep layering. Make several layers, like at least 5 or 6 layers. And then you're going to add your skewer in order to have something to put on the tree. And this is bad footage, obviously, but anyway, yes, I'm just showing you that I'm putting the skewer in there. It'll be easier for you if you're doing it with 2 hands. I was trying to film and do it with just 1 hand. But yeah, you just basically put it in the center there and then sandwich it and put more layers of the stars on top of it and try to sort of mold around the stick, and yeah, more layers on top. Just keep layering. This is my least favorite part of the whole project, but even this isn't really that bad. It's just that it takes a long time to dry, and I'm kind of impatient with when it comes to that. But yeah, I mean, just you once you're done, you're going to leave it to dry overnight, and it'll do good. So yes, as you can see, I'm just adding more layers, making it nice and strong. So for the middle layers, it doesn't matter if it has text or not, or, you know, because you're just covering it up anyway. And the reason you're using the sheets that you tore out of the book is to make it match, because sometimes the sheets aren't the same color, or they haven't, you know, the text isn't exactly the same from book to book or whatever. So yeah, it'll match better if you use the same sheets. And so yeah, I'm just adding another layer or 2, trying to make sure that I've got it nice and secure. And this is the one that I chose for the topper, for the you know, the one that will show, and so that one has lots of text on it. And so I'm applying that one, and then I'm going to add one more layer of the glue to make it stronger. And I'm just really pressing hard there to, yeah, there's the layer of glue, the final layer. Yeah, I was just making sure that I had it nicely compacted in there, and then pull it off, put it in a cleaner spot on your wax paper, and then, yeah, make a sandwich with your wax paper, and then put something heavy on it and leave it to dry overnight. And there you have some stars. And you can just put the skewer over on the top of the, well, where the hole forms on top of your book tree. And so there you go. You'll have some stars for your tree. And this is just another option. If you don't fold it, the whole book, you leave some of the book unfolded, and you can do a cutout and add some bits and make a little house and a little character looking out and stuff like that. I'm not really overly happy with that one, but anyway. And so, yeah, so here are a few of the ones that I made, and there you go.